Living in Star, Idaho, we're going to see if Star will work for you. Taking a look at the location and commutes, a quick idea of the schools here, what's going to be new in 2024, some of the problems you will run into here, including some that continue to get worse, and of course, look at some homes, including one for under $400,000. Star used to be a very small town with almost no grocery stores or streetlights. When I was a kid, my grandparents moved out to Star, and I remember how small it used to be. The best place, it was really the only place to eat, was Pizza Hut, and if I went to the grocery store with my grandparents, it was the Star Merc. That was the only option, which is still there to this day. And today, Star is not nearly as small. It has gained 2 new grocery stores, Ridley's in the eastern part of town, directly connected with Heron River Ranch, which I will talk about towards the end. There's a brand new Albertsons in the west side of Star, and if you want to count Bi-Mart, that would technically be a 3rd grocery store. Now, it is important to note that Albertsons is one of the most expensive grocery stores here in the valley, and thankfully you have Ridley's that is surprisingly affordable. The problem you run into is the lack of options. I live in Kuna it has the same grocery store options, and we often have to run into Winco, Costco, or Fred Meyer to get our grocery list fully checked off. The same is true in Star, and the nearest Costco, Winco, and Fred Meyer's are going to be in North Meridian, which is about a 15-minute drive depending on traffic and time of day. This is a common occurrence in Star, having to drive, and one of the many problems that we will talk about. Another clear memory I have from when I was a kid was the long drives out to Star. I loved seeing my grandparents, but I would always complain about the drive, and that has not changed. It has actually gotten worse with the fast growth of Star. It has clogged up a lot of the streets, creating a lot more traffic, especially around Highway 55 that comes into Star from Eagle and Boise. This is a route that a ton of people take to and from work, and on top of that, there is construction that slows things down even more. You especially get construction taking Star Road into Meridian. This used to be a 2-lane road with only stop signs, and because of the growth, they're constantly trying to expand and rebuild Star Road and all of the roads that connect to it, really jamming things up, which if you move to Star can definitely turn into a headache, a lot of that traffic and a lot of those commutes. Today it is almost unrecognizable with how much it has grown, but Star hasn't lost that small town root. When you drive around, you will see more American flags than other parts of the valley. There is first responder flags and a very conservative belief and feel that a lot of you I know are moving here for that exact reason. And for many of you, it is a part of that appeal of Star or some of the smaller town suburbs here. We have people tell us that all of the time, which if you haven't met me yet, my name is Brady Fagel, and I am a real estate agent here in the valley. I'm a Boise local, so I have a unique perspective on Boise. My goal is to help give you all of the information, good or bad, to help you relocate here and determine if Boise will truly be a good fit for you. So shoot me a text or a call anytime. I look forward to speaking with you and making this process exciting and honest. But like I said, we get people who reach out, and the beliefs in politics is an important part of why they are moving here, which I am sure for many of you, it is the same, and why Star is even more appealing, especially as Boise and Eagle have become more liberal. It isn't uncommon for people to visit Boise and see pride flags and rallies and feel like they're about to just move to a place they were trying to escape from in the first place. And after talking with them, places like Star come up, and they realize Star is more what they were hoping for, that smaller town, conservative, down-to-earth environment. It is very attractive to people, playing a huge part in why Star continues to grow as fast as it does. Other than the growth in population and the hundreds of new homes being built out here, it is bringing some new shops and amenities. In 2024, there will be a new US bank, which may seem silly, but not having to drive into Meridian if you bank there is a little bonus. There's going to be a new Mod Pizza, Jersey Mike's, an Epic Shine car wash, and then a Jackson's gas station will all be here in 2024, which the Jacksons will be a big improvement because right now there is only one gas station as you enter into town, and it can get crowded and actually back up traffic. If you like coffee, there's a new Starbucks, and a Dutch Bros will be coming as well, which Dutch Bros is one of the most popular places here in the Valley by far. Their customer service is top notch, and you can end up leaving feeling better about your day when you go to Dutch Bros. There are a number of other small shops and stores coming, but the most important is a new elementary school being built. Star currently has one elementary school and one middle school, which has caused a ton of overcrowding and concerns for those of you with kids. And only having two schools was a major con of choosing Star. So hopefully the new elementary school can bring some relief to that overcrowding and make it a little bit more desirable of a place to live for those of you who have kids. Another thing that has been a con with Star is the commutes, which we touched on some of the traffic and construction earlier, and I don't see that getting better really anytime soon. But the commutes from Star into Boise and the main shopping centers and the medical care deter a lot of people from moving here. If you work in Boise or plan on driving into downtown for events or dinners or your things on the weekends, plan on 30 to 45 minute drives on average. If you only want to get into Meridian or the village and all of the things to do along Eagle Road and in Meridian, plan on 20 to 30 minute drives depending on traffic. If you want land, which we will take a look at some homes here with land in just a second, your drives get significantly longer because you will most likely be living in the foothills of Star that are just outside of Star city limits and where most of the homes on land are. The only other real negative is your access to medical care. The nearest hospitals are in Nampa, which is a 20-minute drive, and then some smaller clinics in Eagle at around 15 minutes. Now, we talked about the traffic, schools, commutes, and medical care, which are definitely things to think about before moving here. And shifting to some of the best parts of Star, the number one thing is probably the Boise River and the outdoor activities here. The Boise River runs right through Star. You have the River Walk Park, which gives you access to Star's own little green belt. There's a rope swing there to hang out in the summertime, and it makes a great spot to hang out with the family for Boise's really hot summers. If you hang out here, you will also notice a lot of ponds. Star has created a number of fishing ponds throughout town, and most of them hold largemouth bass, and then some have trout as well, I believe. I haven't fished there in a while though, so I'm not completely sure on that. It's just another little bonus of living in Star, especially if you have kids or you want to get out and just fish for a few hours. Now, the land I talked about earlier brings a ton of other outdoor activities as well. You have thousands of acres of BLM land. So if you want to get out, ride bikes, shoot guns, take the ATVs for a ride, you have a ton of BLM land to do that. Now, I promised we would take a look at some homes. So let's start with a more affordable option. This is a brand new build just north of the main part of town. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, a very typical home you will see all over the valley. Now, if a 1,500 square foot home for $385,000 doesn't seem affordable to you, like I said it was, that would be correct. The whole Treasure Valley has gotten much less affordable over the years with all of the growth, but there is a more specific reason Star is less affordable than some of the other suburbs, and I will talk about that here in a second. But before that, let's take a look at a home on some land out here, as promised. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home on 1 acre out in the foothills of Star, which is where most of your homes on land out here will be. Like I told you earlier, this adds around 10 to 15 minutes to your commute. And that is because most of these homes in the foothills are outside of town, a ways. You do get the beautiful views in the foothills, but you sacrifice those commute times. Now, most of the homes on acreage here in the valley are going to be around that $900,000 to $1 million mark. Star is on the more expensive end, and a big reason for that specific reason that Star is more expensive is because of Eagle, Idaho. Eagle's prestige and its appeal raises the home prices of Star. And so watch this video here where I go over everything Eagle has to offer and why homes out here are so much more expensive than the rest of the valley.